Hello, my name is Chinthaka Abeysekara. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Sicily Projects Consortium, and I'm here today to talk about my journey as an entrepreneur when I started InCare, the clinical waste management company. Think Big was introduced to me by Charlie Davis, who was my manager at Thomson Reuters. It was simple. It was a simple concept. Challenge yourself outside the boundaries of your definition, of what your defined role, be it in your professional career or whether it's in entrepreneurship. As an entrepreneur who first started his professional career in the US, I learned the importance of thinking big, whether it was doing your job or whether you wanted to start your own company in Sri Lanka. The importance of think big for me was something that resonated because I had to be able to have the resolve to go beyond existing boundaries or of the not just the mindset, but even in what has been done physically on the ground. So if the head of the organization, which in this case is you, if you don't have the vision of where you want your company to be in, let's say, 2 or 3 years, or the concept of what you're trying to achieve in 2 to 3 years, you will find it difficult to A, convince the stakeholders that you need on your side, or even B, keep the employees who are working under you motivated to help you achieve your goal. So the only way to bring both these parties together is for you to even belligerently think big, believe in your idea, so in a way that nobody can bring you down. And there will be days where it will be tough. There will be days where you may think that it's not possible. But as long as you are centered on your plan, on your vision, and you know that it's going to happen, that is your idea, that you think big, you will be the driving force to make it happen. So what's funny is when I tell this idea out to a lot of people, everybody's like, it's very easy to talk on the high, which is correct. So the next thing is, how do you think big? You have to understand the realms of what you're trying to do. So for me, it was waste management. So for me, thinking big is, how can I come up with a solution which I can test in Sri Lanka, and then later, hopefully, take it out to the other countries in the South Asian region. So that has always been my basis or my measure for success. And that is what I tell my employees or my management, that this is where I want my company to be at. How to get there is not an individual effort, it's a collective. But the buy-in for that idea, has to be you. You are the one who has to convince the people around you to buy into that idea. Thinking big in a developing country like Sri Lanka sometimes is hard. And that is where your resolve, your determination comes into play. With extremely changing economic and political climates in our country, you as the base of your organization has to be extremely centered on what your company needs to be achieved. So sometimes, even though I say think big, try to break that big idea into smaller steps which is accumulation of efforts that will result in that big idea. If you can make that specific and if you can plug that into a timeline, then I believe you are truly destined for success.